Hey, what's up team? I'm glad to see you back on the Living for the First Time channel. Today I made a very easy recipe. It's just gnocchi. What's gnocchi? It's potatoes and flour, and you make potato dough balls and then you boil them. That's gnocchi. I made them of 3 different colors. Here, take a look. I got red, I got orange, and I got plain whites. If you want to make just simple gnocchi, all you need is flour, salt, and potatoes. But today I'm gonna show a funky recipe, which is basically gonna take some gnocchi and then we're gonna color them into red and orange. So let's take a look at the table. You will need some flour, about 500 grams. Then you'll need some potatoes, about 500 grams, which is gonna be about 2 potatoes like that. And some salt. This is gonna be added to taste. Okay? Now, if you wanna be funky like me and color your gnocchi, then you'll need some beets. These are already cooked. How you cook them is you take water and beets. You put the beets into boiling water for about 40 minutes. Basically, you take a fork and you stab them. If there is no resistance, cooked. So you do that. And then if you want it to cook faster, you can chop beets into smaller pieces. That will speed up the process. Now, I'm gonna use carrots for my orange color. Therefore, we're gonna have a white, simple gnocchi, then we're gonna have red and orange gnocchi. I just wanted to make this somewhat a full video, you know, not like here's a gnocchi, which is gonna be like, here's rice. Cool, what do I have with rice? You know, boring, right? So I'm just gonna show a very simple filling for gnocchi. It's gonna be consisting of bacon and onions, just simple onions. On the side, you can have any sauce. If you know any recipe, any sauce recipe, then go ahead and make it. I'm just gonna use sour cream. I like sour cream. So let's start. First things first, I hope you guys know how to peel potatoes. If you don't, you take the skin off using a knife. These are again boiled, same way you would boil the carrots and your beets. Again, I repeat, you put the potatoes into boiling or cold water and then you put it to boil. And then you boil them. If it's a full potato like this, then you boil it for about 40 minutes. So the potatoes are peeled. We're gonna move the skins. And now what we're doing is we're gonna mash the potatoes. You can use a fork for that, or you can use a potato mashing thing. Now the potatoes are mashed. So if you still wanna do the 3 colors, then you'll need 2 extra bowls right here. And depending on how you want to split your colors, you know, like 70% red or whatever, I'm gonna do them close to like 1/3. And so for that, I'm gonna split this amount of potatoes into 3 bowls. And now, before we add our salt and stuff like that, what you wanna do is you wanna take the orange, as in the carrots, orange in color, and the red juices. How we do that? For that, you'll need a blender, like that. And you simply add your pieces of carrots and beets separately into the blender. You blend it, and then you will add some water, which was used to cook these vegetables. So like I said, we start with our carrots, and then we just drop them in. And now we start grinding. You get a dry mass like this, and in order to make it a juice, you want to add a touch of water. Again, the broth that was used to cook these carrots. So in the end, you'll get a mixture like this. I know it doesn't look like really a juice, but it's gonna incorporate well into our dough. And now I do the same to the beets. And this is the mixture that you should get. And again, add this to the other bowl where potatoes are. You don't have to add the whole thing, because then you'll have to add too much flour. I'm just gonna add like this much, and then the rest, I'll see if I want to add the rest. Now, what we do is we add salt. That's not quite hard to understand. You have to season things. You just do like a tiny pinch like this. And thing is that you don't have to get too excited with salt because they go as a side, right? So if they're not salty enough, it's fine. A sauce can make up for it, or something that it goes with. And now we start mixing it. I'll start with the orange one. And by adding flour, we're gonna get to a certain consistency.
2 hours later.
So here we have it. The consistency should be something like of a dough, you know, a piece of dough. It should be like not sticking to your hand. At the same time, it should be like, you know, somewhat flexible like dough. Okay, so here's the orange one. Now I'm gonna move on to the beet one. You will need quite a bit of flour, that I can tell you. You'll need about the same amount of flour as of potatoes, but it also depends on how much liquid you'll add, right, with the beets and with the carrot. So here's the red one. It doesn't look so red. And go on to the plain ones, the white ones. You should keep in mind that the white ones will require less flour because there's less juice. So the orange and the red ones, they did take more flour because you straight up have like beet and carrot juices. Here you don't, so keep that in mind. So here it is. Here's the plain potato gnocchi. And now what we do is we take a cutting board. You can remove the excess flour, the extra flour. It's not going to be needed anymore. Actually, I'm lying. You will need it. You should put some on the cutting board. That way, when you work with your dough, it's not going to stick to the cutting board. Now what we do is we take each one of those separately, and then we roll them into a sausage, a very thin sausage. Depending on what size of gnocchi you want, if you want them like this big or like tiny, you should make your sausage, this thing, more or less thick. And you start chopping up your gnocchi like this. So this is gonna be like one of your gnocchi. If you want it larger, you should make your sausage larger in diameter. If this size is fine, then yeah, basically adjust to what size you want. So here you guys are looking at the raw gnocchi. The next step is super simple. It's the simplest step out of this whole procedure. You take water, you start it boiling, and then you just cook your gnocchi. How you cook it? When the water is boiling, you don't put it in cold water. You put it in hot water. When it's boiling, the gnocchi are gonna boil for about 3 to 5 minutes, maybe a bit more. When they start floating, they're done. Take them out right away. If you don't, it's gonna fall apart and dissolve in water, and then you'll have a soup. So let's go at it. Look, your water is boiling, so you take the gnocchi and you dump them in. As soon as you put them in, you want to give them a stir. Why? Because if you don't stir them, they're gonna stick together and you're gonna have a clump of dough to eat. not like little beautiful gnocchi. Now at the same time you want to grab a pan, and my onions are already cut. You want to dice them, and then take your bacon how you like it. I'm gonna make it in little strips and cut it and put it on the pot or pan. Put it on the pan and then fry it. Check it out, they started to flow. That means they're done. We can take them out now. There it is, and now you just want to add your bacon and the onions on top or on the side, up to you. I'm gonna put it on the side like this. So here you have it. We have our gnocchi with bacon and onions, and I'm gonna use sour cream as a sauce. You can use what you like. If you have any other ideas, you can use a different sauce. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll also give a try to this recipe. It doesn't take much, to be honest. Like, it's an easy recipe, and more importantly, it's something that will make you feel refreshed, because I am personally sick of noodles and rice. So yeah, I just wanted something new. So again, thanks for watching, and please leave a comment if you can, subscribe, or leave your thumbs up. Enjoy!